Welcome to the online training course titled Office 365 Management. My name is George Swigert and I'm the Senior Content Development Manager on the Global Customer Learning team at Microsoft, where I manage both the Microsoft 365 Enterprise Administrator track as well as the Exchange 2019 track. I'm excited to spend the next few hours introducing you to the World Office 365 Management. During this journey, you will be introduced to the key components of Office 365. You will examine what it takes to move over your organization to Office 365, spend time learning how to plan Office 365 deployment. You will learn how to configure Office 365 and learn how to manage Office 365 Pro Plus deployments. The Office 365 Management course consists of 4 modules. In Module 1, you will be introduced to the core component of Office 365. You will begin by examining Exchange Online, including how to create and manage recipients, as well as how to manage anti-malware and anti-spam, and your disaster recovery needs. You will then be introduced to retention policies and tags, and how to plan for a migration strategy, and how to select your right migration option for your organization. You will also learn how to migrate mailboxes to Office 365 and a hybrid deployment. You will then be introduced to SharePoint Online, where you will learn how to create SharePoint hybrid environment and manage your local site. You will then be introduced to encryption services used by SharePoint Online, as well as data loss prevention and anti-malware protection. From SharePoint Online, you will transition to Microsoft Teams. You will examine how to use collaboration apps in Office 365, and you will be introduced to user authentication, guest access, audio conferencing, and implementing phone systems. This module concludes with a quick overview of additional Office 365 resources, including Microsoft Flow, Sway, Power BI, Power Apps, and Planner. In Module 2, we'll take a deep dive into what it takes to move your organization to Office 365. Of course, every successful deployment is a product of extensive planning. So, in this module, we'll learn how to plan your network requirements and your service setup. You will also learn how to plan your hybrid environment, including your hybrid Exchange environment, your hybrid SharePoint environment, and your hybrid Skype for Business environment. You will conclude this module by learning what it takes to migrate your organization to Office 365, including cleaning up your Active Directory, how to plan your mail migration, as well as performance and network considerations for your migrating mail. In Module 3, you will transition from planning for Office 365 to configuring Office 365. You will begin with the introduction to Office 365 clients, including mobile clients and Office Online. Once you have a firm understanding of the Office 365 clients, you will then learn how to configure your client connectivity to Office 365. You will learn how to employ automatic client configuration, as well as DNS records that you must maintain to support your automatic client configuration. You will then examine Outlook clients and how to configure multi-factor authentication, as well as how to troubleshoot client connectivity issues. In Module 4, you will move into the realm of Office 365 Pro Plus deployments. You will learn how to manage client-driven installations with a focus of Office 365 Pro Plus licensing, activation, and update options. You will then learn how to manage centralized Office 365 Pro Plus deployments, which involves configuring Office 365 Pro Plus with Office Deployment Tool and deploying Office 365 Pro Plus using group policy. For there, you will move into Office Telemetry, where you will learn how the data that is collected by Office Telemetry and how to plan for telemetry. With that background, you will learn how to install and configure Office Telemetry, as well as how to perform custom reporting in the Telemetry dashboard. This module will conclude with the discussion with Windows Analytics. You will learn how to configure analytics and enroll devices in analytics, all of which provides foundation for using analytics to assess your organization's readiness to deploy Office 365. Within this course, you will be asked to complete 2 different sets of hands-on labs. First, you will be presented with a practice lab in a hosted virtual software environment. You can take as much time in these labs as you want, and you can reset the virtual machine at any time if you wish to start over. While overall purpose of the practice lab is to provide you with hands-on instruction to complete the proposed tasks, you can also use these labs to experiment with Office 365 however you'd like. These labs are not graded, so feel free to play around with Office 365 and test out the various aspects of the system with the practice lab environment. Once you've completed the practice lab, you will then be tasked to complete the graded lab. The graded lab exercises will be similar to the practice lab exercises. However, once you finish the graded lab, you must submit it for a grade. The grade that you receive for this lab will count towards your final course grade. To pass this course, you must complete not only the graded lab, but also the assessment exams at the end of each module, achieving a final grade of 70% or better. So with that, welcome to Office 365 Management. Thank you for your time and best of luck in your training.